Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to some more Starcraft 2. We're continuing on with the Red Bull Battleground New York and continuing on with the second semi-final. So looking at the game, we've got SOS up the top right side of the map, and this is actually a pretty small map, so should be seeing a lot of early action from these two players. And Scarlett, of course, our blue Zerg down the bottom left side of the map. And this is the third game, and so far Scarlett is 2-0 in this series. So she's been doing a fantastic job, and it's basically been some, actually some very, very interesting builds from her. Now, SOS, of course, is all over the Mutiling. We've seen Colossus from him, we've seen Phoenix from him, we've seen some great combinations of units, and Scarlett has countered fantastically. She didn't just go for Mutiling and just sort of run into that Colossus Phoenix play. She did a unique combination. First game it was Muta and Corruptor and a bunch of Lings just to sort of even it out, and the Muta Corruptor was absolute genius, man. She had to deal with Blink Stalkers, Phoenix, of course. The Phoenix Cloud was huge. There were like 10 or 12 of the damn things, and it was absolutely insane. But sorry, I just hit the microphone. But yeah, I mean, she pulled it off. The Corruptors did a great job, the Lings did a great job, and the Mutas did a great job. And in the end, I think she had a slight economic advantage or something like that that's probably helped her out. But look at this guy, man. He half mines it, and then he pulls away just to sort of stop this guy from actually mining a little bit. And that's going to be very, very annoying after a while. Of course, there we go. SOS let it mine a little bit too long. Now it's got some minerals. Now it's going to have to go away. So, yeah, whatever. It's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? And, yeah, so that was game one we were just talking about. Now, game two. Oh, man, that probe totally failed. Didn't stop that at all. It just sort of went in there. SOS, he could be thinking about a cannon rush here. Yeah, I think he tried to do that game two. Something like that anyway. We've got a drone out here actually sort of wandering around, checking it out, making sure that stuff is still happening properly, making sure this guy isn't building any pylons, because that of course would be horrible. But there are a couple of Lings coming out, and Scarlett going for a very early supply depot right there. So spawning pool, what am I talking about? But we did see some Ling pressure earlier on, early game from her. I think it was from her. I may be confusing myself with one of the daily masters I cast, but she's definitely a big fan of early play. And yeah, we were talking about game number two, and game number two was a very interesting strategy by Scarlett as well. She went Ling, Hydra, Corruptor versus Phoenix, Void Rays, and Colossus, and the combination of Lings and Hydras and Corruptors worked out very well. The Corruptor gained air dominance over the Phoenix, and they also did an exceptional job versus the Colossus. Now, SOS tried to get out some Void Rays to really counter them, but he just couldn't get them fast enough, and even when he did have a decent amount, Scarlett just ran in with the Hydras and started owning everything, and she had some great Nidus Canal plays as well, getting the Nidus Canals in, going in from all different approaches, completely destroyed SOS's main base at one point. He was living out of his second base, but he did come back a little bit, but eventually did go down. So Scarlett, a very, very decisive player so far in this tournament, and she's going to be looking to take out to the semi-finals here, go into the grand finals against Party, and all she needs is one more game. So it's pretty much a must-win every single game for SOS from now on if he wants to remain in this tournament. And the probe going to be trying to run back. Should be able to defend it. There is one Zealot out here. And let's have a look at what SOS is currently trying to make happen here. So he's got a nice little Forge, Fast Expand, walled-in Nexus sort of build sort of thing, which is going on. Income-wise, he's doing okay. He's 2 ahead. That'll change extremely fast. Well, actually, when I say extremely fast, I mean about 2 seconds. So Scarlett evened up, and she's still building workers. So yeah, her macro-wise, she's going to have a ton of stuff coming out, and that is going to be absolutely fine. We know she likes to push ahead with the macro, and I just tried to clean my glasses while I was casting. I ended up making them worse. So let's go try 2 with that. We do have a bunch more workers coming out for Scarlett. We do have a Stargate coming out for SOS. We saw his Oracle play is actually quite awesome when he gets in there. I can't remember how many kills he got, but I think he had one Oracle with 13 worker kills or something like that at some point. And that thing was absolutely insane. Did eventually get killed to a Hydra Fire. Oh, the Lings, man. This guy must be on a hold position, and he's in the best position to be in hold position. But the Lings are eventually going to take it down, and 3 of them left, so that's pretty good. Pretty good kid. Little bit of micro there from Scarlett to keep as many Lings alive as she could. It's not really going to make that much of a difference, but it's not like you got much else to spend your micro on this early in the game, so you might as well. Let's see. There's the APM. So both players fairly high. It's definitely more than I can manage. I'll tell you that much. So here we go. SOS going straight. I did see an Oracle coming out. There is said Oracle, and we do have 2 Queens attacking it straight away. Loses all of its shields. It's going to be running across to the 3rd base where there is a Queen waiting for it. Gets shoved across to the 1st base where there is no Queen waiting for it. The Queen was over in the expansion, and as a result the Oracle gets 4, 5, 6, it gets 6 kills and chooses to run away. Almost got a 7th, but decided not to in the end, and the Queen would love to take this guy out. Oh, Oracle, what are you doing? He zigged and then he zagged, but he should have just stayed where he was because he ended up getting shot by a Queen. Just shot in the ass, and that's never what you want to happen. I think even if you're not an Oracle, even if you're just some sort of other unit like a drone or a Ling or whatever, you never want to get shot in the ass, especially not when you've only got 5 health left. So there we go. Hallucinated Phoenix coming out. Graviton Beam does not work on hallucinations apparently, so that is probably to be expected. But here we go. SOS going for a 3rd base. He's got it up at the 9-minute mark, and Scarlett starting at 4th base. So both of these players seem to be just saying, screw it, you don't want to attack me, I don't want to attack you. Let's just take every base in the entire map and just build a crap load of economy and see how that works out. And Scarlett's currently 67, but SOS 56, and considering we haven't reached the 10-minute mark yet, that's pretty awesome. A Void Ray is coming out, and Scarlett, her tech, I don't think her tech is going to... well, she does have a Hydra Bay, actually, so that's pretty awesome. Where are the Hydras on the map? There are none at the moment. She's up to 73 workers, but she has no Hydras. There are 3 coming out, and there's a 2nd Void Raid. So, man, suddenly Scarlett desperately needs these Hydras to kind of push away the Void Rays. But at the same time, she is sending a bunch of Lings in. Going to be for scouting more than anything else, because they're not really going to be able to do too much damage. Look at this, man. SOS really heavily building up here. And this cannon is completely defended. So Ling incursions here will not be able to do anything. But instantly, she builds a 4th base over there. And instantly, SOS is going to be sending over a Hallucinated Phoenix to check it out. So both players right on the top of the game. Come on, scout it. Dude, SOS. There's a Hallucinated Phoenix over there. You need to... not a Hallucinated Phoenix, a hatchery. You know over there, you need to go scout it. He's not listening to me. That is going to be a mistake. And the Hydra's chasing after the Hallucinated Phoenix. Maybe they think it's actually real, but regardless, it does go down. And Scarlett has the spy. She's getting the air weapons up. She's building 3 hatcheries. Macro. And then there's the 5th base, which got taken down before. So she's got a lot of stuff going on the map, and her economy has got to be insane. But then again, SOS's economy is nuts as well. He's up to 72, and here come the 2 Phoenix. These are not hallucinations, these are the real deal, and they're going to be scouting. They see this base coming up again. There we go, 3 Void Rays coming out, but how many Hydras does Scarlett have? She's just zoomed up to 15. That's insane. SOS does have a number of High Templar, but Storm is not out yet. It's only just beginning. Phoenix going around, and the Hydras are chasing them, but the Hydras are just so damn slow, man. Even with the speed upgrade, they're just so damn slow. And here come the Phoenix, starting to attack Overlords, and there were just Overlords everywhere, man. They could definitely kill a lot of Overlords if they wanted to, but they've got to keep moving, and there are Corruptors on the map. Here come the Corruptors, here come the Cavalry, and 1 Phoenix does go down. Actually, let's put this on follow, man, because that'll probably be a bit easier. What do we got over here? A Pylon, a Zealot, and a Probe. What do we got over here? A ton of Hydras. And SOS is patiently waiting for his Storm to come out. He's got a little bit left on it. There are no Colossus on the map as far as I know. There are a ton of Void Rays, but those are going to get shredded by the Hydras so fast it's not even funny. It's all going to come down to the Storm, and I think SOS will have it in time. Got a bunch of Zealots coming in there as well, so they're having fun. And here we go, Storm's about to land. The Storm research is finished. There we go, beautiful Storm on the Hydras. Another beautiful Storm coming down. The Void Ray's doing a great job. They're shredding the Corruptors, and the Hydras are getting stormed to oblivion. However, maybe the Storms are out for now. Scarlett is not waiting to find out. She's just running for it. Hydra's getting the hell out of there, trying to shoot some stuff as she retreats, but she does not want to get stormed again. That was just absolutely horrible. And here we go, reinforcements. Looks like this base did get taken down. A bunch of zealots coming out, trying to do some more stuff, but getting taken out by hydras. The 5th base does go down, but the 4th base is up, and SOS has no idea that that base exists. So currently he thinks it's 3-3, and he's actually going for a 4th base. So that is just, man. Protoss going for a 4th base at the 15-minute mark. Oh, the Phoenix are coming out. Are they going to scout it? No, they get chased away by hydras. They have no idea this 4th base exists, but they got to be thinking, I don't know, man, maybe they'll just keep hitting this base over and over again. And I'm sure that Scarlett would happily pay 300 minerals and then cancel it every 2 or 3 minutes just to keep SOS annoying that one and not going for the actual one that's mining over here. But SOS is almost certainly going to see this base right there, and the workers are all going to die, lifted up by Phoenix. I'm sure if they could lift up a hatchery, they would do it. But meanwhile, Scarlett going in here, a ton of Void Rays, but it's going to be the Storms that throw these Hydras back, and they get stormed a little bit, and then they run straight back in. There's not that many High Templars on the field. There's 2, and they both just died, so she is going to have to build a ton. Oh, they didn't die, they got morphed into an Archon, but she's going to have to build a ton of stuff here to really deal with these Hydras. She does not have Storm at the moment. She's got no High Templars. I can't see any on the field. She needs High Templars, and the Hydra's doing such a good job. They did get time warped and hit by the Nexus, and they did get shredded quite a lot. The Void Rays must have been in a better position, but there we go. 4 more High Templars coming in, and Scarlett for the moment is going to be backing out. The Phoenix starting to become less and less useful as this game goes on. The Void Rays as well, not quite as good as Scarlett would, SOS would hope, sorry. They're good against the Corruptors, but then again, the Corruptors are only really there to deal with the Phoenix, and the Phoenix are useless. So, I mean, Scarlett really doesn't need Corruptors anymore in this battle. And you can see she's not actually building any, she's just building Hydras and just building Lings. So it's going to be a full-on ground offensive, and SOS, man, he needs to get a ton of Storms, or he needs to start taking into Colossus Tech. We have not seen Colossus Tech on the field as of yet. I assume he's got a Robo base somewhere, but I can't see it on the Structures tab, so it's obviously just overflowing as normal. Here we go, the Hydra's going nuts. There's a bunch of Zealots, so the Zealots have to go down first. We got a ton of Storms going down. Oh, man. Scarlett just taking so much damage that there's no direct threat to her Hydras, so even at low health, they're feeling quite safe to just go in there and start taking stuff out. We do have a bunch of Zealots in there, but that's not a lot that Scarlett has to deal with. The base does go down. That's the 4th base. But, yeah, she's moving in, and SOS doing a fantastic job. Here we go. 1 Archon in there. Bunch of High Templars going to be seeing some more Storm. And are we going to be seeing some more Storm, I assume? So what is this guy doing, man? He does not have the energy for Storm right now. Oh, man, the Archon's really, really doing a fantastic job here. They are just the front runners of this army. They're doing a crap load of damage. The Hydras are getting absolutely owned by the Archons. 14 kills on that one, 12 kills on that one. What a play by SOS. I thought Scarlett had a 1 there, but the introduction of Archons into that mix just did so much damage, and they absolutely wiped the field with Hydras. And this has got to be Scarlett saying, man, this I don't know what Scarlett can really pull out that is good against Archons. I mean, Mass Roach, maybe, but even then, I feel like they'd probably be even. I mean, Ling's not a good option. Hydra's definitely not a good option. The Archons, man. The Archons may be the answer to dealing with the Zerg threat. I have no idea what Scarlett can possibly throw at the Archons. I mean, Broodlords are the only things I can possibly think of which would be a counter for the Archons, which would really just own the Archons. But Broodlords, man, it's a massive, massive unit. It's a massive investment. And with this many Void Rays on the field, you would have to be absolutely suicidal to go for Broodlords. It's just a stupid idea. So Void Rays, Archons with a bunch of Zealots backing them up, man. I don't know what Scarlett can actually do. She's going for Mutas. That's not the answer. Mutas are going to get owned by the Archons. There's just no way. And, I mean, SOS is building a bunch more Phoenix, so he feels like that's a good idea. But at this point, I would say build the Archons, man. Go for the Archons. They're so good, and I don't think Scarlett has a way of dealing with them. So the Archons can potentially just absolutely own everything. Here we go. We've got some more Hydras coming out, but the base does go down, and Scarlett suddenly, her hatcheries are being taken out quite badly right here. Although SOS is not doing too well on the income front either. He's only just started mining on this base again. So here we go. Phoenix coming out. But the Mutas, the main threat is going to be the Archons right now, and she still does not have an answer for these Archons. I mean, maybe Mass Hydra? But then again, we saw Mass Hydra versus 2 Archons, and the Archons ripped them apart. So, I really don't think long-term is going to be a great play for Scarlett. She is moving around, doing a great job running in, and she could probably take this base out. She's putting a ton of damage into it. The Archons, the Void Rays getting into range, but the base is, it's actually going to be surviving right here. The Phoenix coming in. The Zealots really putting pressure on the Hydras. All the Hydras getting lifted up. And Scarlett is in a lot of trouble right here. A lot of trouble. And look at these Hydras. They're just trying to save this base. But this Archon, man, is just so beefy. Doing so much damage. Managed to hold it off eventually. But let's have a look at the tally right here. I mean, Scarlett's lost a lot of workers. She's down to 46. So they've both been evened up pretty much in the economy. But in terms of army, I mean, SOS has much more. He's got a ton of Phoenix and Void Rays. So he's owning the air right now. The Mutas are not going to be able to do jack all at the moment, even if there weren't for the Phoenix. I mean, there's so many Archons on the field. Not so many, but there's a couple at least. And Scarlett realized with the introduction of Archons, man, she's just got nothing left. The Hydra play that she tried to do last game, which was actually so effectual, just got shredded this time. She had a ton of Hydras, but the Archons just came in and just started destroying them so badly. And the Void Rays didn't really seem to do much, but I'm sure they played their part. And SOS, man, if he does not go for a ton of Archons next game, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in him. But he definitely made it work this game, man. Archons, Void Rays, and Zealots, man. We've seen the craziest plays these games, and it's so good. Anyway, moving on. We're going to be casting Game 4 next, and SOS coming down from 0-2 to 1-2, so he needs to win the next 2 games, absolutely. Scarlett's still on the very edge of going to the Grand Finals, but another game like that, man, and we will have to go to an ace match, and yeah, it's not good. So Scarlett has got to be thinking hard right now. How do I counter Archons? And I am sorry, but I do not have an answer for you. I mean, it's just one of those things. Mass Roach or Broodlords, they're the only 2 options I can really think of which can possibly work. Oh, Swarm Host, of course. Swarm Host, maybe some Infested play. I don't know. I really don't, but there's no good answer for it. Anyway, if, well, I guess if SOS plays them next game, then Scarlett is going to have to figure out the counter for them. So, we will see. Game number 4 coming up. Stay tuned. This has been Harry Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.